Lawrence going to throw again.
And that one his first incompletion in his last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Lance now on 1st down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end Kittle.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Again, it's Lance.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
On play action, Lance.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gay's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip down.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Packers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
Partner, you got a pretty good hoops background. You've seen those late-in-the-half plays designed to get them a last shot, give them momentum. I think this touchdown equates to that.
Absolutely, and then they can take the lead here into the lockers. Big-time play.
Yeah, and let's see what they've designed coming out for the 2nd half as well. Oftentimes when you get that momentum late, you find a way to carry it through.
The extra point up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Carolina Panthers. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Get this one at the 39 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he will not make make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And this is... Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
126 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He finds his man, complete. That's Craig. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence throwing the out route incomplete. It's Craig. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll try to run this one in.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.